A Rebbe shared with me that he was sitting one night with his wife and they were discussing his sister who was in Shidduchim and now she was going out. And as they were talking over their supper, their son Simcha Bunim comes in and he says, Tati, I heard what you were saying about Tata Chani, and I know that she's going to get engaged, and she's going to get engaged this month. They said, whoa, Simcha Bunim, how do you know she's going to get engaged this month? He says, because Tati, I have a story. Tell me the story. I said, I'll tell it to you later. Later that night, they were driving together, and Simcha Bunim told his father the following. He said that day he was in yeshiva, and at recess, they were all going out to play baseball, and he was running a little late, and as he came onto the field, a boy said, hey, Simcha Bunim, you're too late. You can't play. He says, what do you mean? I want to play. He says, no, you can't play. You don't even know how to play. Simcha Bunim was so upset. He was hurt. But he said, what do you mean I can't play? If you don't let me play, I'm going to tell Rebbe. And then finally this boy said, all right, Simcha Bunim, if that's the case, go out into deep, deep right field. Just keep running. Simcha Bunim starts to run, and he trips on his feet, and he flops on the ground. And some boy starts saying, Simcha Bunim, you can't even run straight. Of course you can't play. At that moment, Simcha Bunim wanted to respond. But instead, you know what he did? He told his father, I started to daven to Hashem to find Tata Chani a shidduch. And I said, Ribono Shel Olam, let her find a shidduch this month. And that was the tefillah I did. Simcha Bunim, father said, how do you even know to say that? He says, because I heard a story from Reb Chaim. That Reb Chaim said, if someone's ma'aver midosav and he overcomes something that someone did bad to him and he doesn't respond, he could daven for anything. So instead of just being angry, I said, I'm going to focus on tefillah, and I daven with all my heart. And his father was so proud. And he told me that month, within 30 days, his sister finally became a kala. She had gone for segulas. She went to Rebbe's for tefillahs and brachas, but it wasn't working. You know what worked? Simcha Bunim's tefillah, the power of his tefillah, the power to know that when you hold back from knocking someone, from answering back, you have the koyach to daven for whatever you need. So many of us need so much in life. Let's think about how we can use our koyach. Use it to daven, to do good, to say a good word, because not only will we be helping ourselves, but we'll be helping to daven for whoever needs that Yeshua.